One of my favorite things I used to do in first-person shooter games was to snipe. In fact, I started my YouTube channel out by uploading nothing but the GoldenEye game on the Nintendo Wii. If you've never played it before, here's just a brief clip of what it looked like. And this was actually recorded a few days ago, as the game surprisingly is still online. Needless to say, sniping was fun and very easy. Even the noobiest of boobies could pick up a sniper rifle and have a decent game. As for Call of Duty, I personally never got into the quickscoping epidemic. I actually can't quickscope to save my life. So to see some of the clips that the more elite players pull off is absolutely mind-boggling to me. It's definitely an acquired taste. So you won't see me fakey ladder shotting people into oblivion. I much prefer the more traditional method of sniping, which is hard scoping. Now I started playing Call of Duty with the first Black Ops game, and up until Advanced Warfare I still sniped once in a while. With Advanced Warfare, of course, came the advanced movement system, and from that game until now, I lost my desire to snipe, which I mostly blame on the movement system itself. Having people jump around like raving lunatics always throws off my aim. That's not to say it still isn't fun. I remember having an epic sniper duel in Advanced Warfare in the sniper-only game mode against a trashtalker. In fact, I uploaded that video, which I think some of you may enjoy, so I'll put it in the comments as well as the description. So since the advanced movement system obviously still remains in Infinite Warfare, I hadn't gave sniping much thought. But over the weekend, I decided to give it a whirl. I had some of the best games in recent memory using nothing but a sniper and a pistol. I was using the KBS Longbow, which is one of the bolt-action sniper rifles. And it definitely reminded me of my GoldenEye Wii days. The KBS Longbow is very easy to use and it just feels smooth, for lack of a better description. So that got me thinking. What Call of Duty game to date had the best sniping? Now I guess there's several ways one could define best in this case, but I'd say it's the game that made it the easiest or the smoothest. For example, Black Ops 2 was known as the quickscoping paradise, where anyone could reign supreme with limited skill. Whereas I'd say Black Ops 1 was a bit more of a challenge to snipe. In Advanced Warfare, the one-shot playlist was a welcome surprise, as that tended to congregate all the quickscopers into one lobby, instead of seeing them plague the free-for-all lobbies like in Black Ops 2. As for Modern Warfare 3, I don't really recall sniping very well in that game, but it was Call of Duty Ghosts that really changed the system. If I remember correctly, it was this game that introduced the dual render scope, as opposed to the classic black border scope. So for those of you who don't know, the dual render scopes are those where you can see outside of the scope when you zoom in, but it zooms in only the inside of the scope. This allowed the sniper to have some peripheral vision, and this made a competent sniper much more aware of his surroundings. Not only this, but the minimap was still apparent when you scoped in as well, which helps immensely to be situationally aware. Now if you're not very familiar with Infinite Warfare's sniping system, they kind of nerf snipers a bit. First of all, the minimap does disappear when you scope in, which is a huge hindrance that can get you killed by someone sneaking up on you. Second, unless you have a special weapon variant, every time you ADS with the sniper, there's a huge glare that reflects off your scope, easily allowing your enemy to see exactly where you are. As you may have noticed in this gameplay, I tried my best to circumvent the first issue by using the personal radar. So while my minimap may disappear, I'm still able to be somewhat situationally aware by reading the personal radar. With Black Ops 3, I was pretty much indifferent with sniping. It was tolerable with some of the sniper rifles, but I don't remember enjoying it that much. Now as for games prior to the first Black Ops, I haven't played any, so I can't comment on how easy or difficult sniping was in those games. I was going to do a poll on Twitter asking my followers which game they thought was the best to snipe in, but it only allowed me to put 4 choices to select from. So instead, I'll just pose the question in this video. Let me know in the comments which game you personally found sniping to be the best in. If possible, feel free to leave me a little explanation as well. Regardless, there's one thing that's certain. Dying to a sniper rifle in Call of Duty will make you rage. Whether that death is by the hands of a quickscoper or the more traditional hard scope, there's nothing more infuriating than dropping in your tracks by a single bullet. But to me, this is also the most rewarding aspect in any Call of Duty game. Oftentimes when I go up against incredibly skilled players, I bust out that high damage bolt action sniper rifle. It doesn't matter how high you can jump your dick off in these advanced movement games. A decent sniper will be able to end your streak in one simple shot. So sure, they may have superior gun skill, reflexes, and even map knowledge. But that doesn't stop a single bullet from cold cocking them into oblivion. I'm curious how sniping will play out in Call of Duty World War II. I have a hunch that it'll be a lot harder to quickscope in that game, but hopefully hardscoping isn't that painful. It seems like each rendition of Call of Duty brings just enough changes to sniping to make it a refreshing and unique experience.